Hi everyone, welcome to HeadCasey again, where I reveal the tragedies of my life, like my glasses getting broken. Do you have any super glue?
Not that I know of.
Okay, well we're gonna have to acquire some super glue and glue that back together, but then it won't ever be able to bend again, but whatever.
I have glasses.
They were free. Easy come, easy go. Now I believe that today you actually got some proper prompts, so I'm just gonna blindside you ahead of time and say, I watched the CTR footage of our game, and sure enough, there was a lag where every time the character made a character sound in the game, like say there's an explosion, and it goes a few seconds after, like a millisecond later, you hear the echo of that same sound effect.
Yeah,
Because you were about half the volume of the game audio in the video. So noticeable enough, it sounds like the whole game has an echo. Not very nice. Very confusing.
You didn't pick it up on when we were editing it.
I told you that would happen though. We can play it and you'll be able to listen.
Ah, that's fine.
Don't do it again. Get a headset and you can listen to the game audio on that.
Ah, that's alright.
No, we'll figure it out. How many weeks?
38.
38 weeks to figure that one out. So you had some other prompts you wanted to...
You want to talk about your sister's vegan dog?
Okay, sure. I was telling you the story earlier, but then we realised it would be better for a HeadCasey. So my sister's a bit of a nut, right? She was always the black sheep of the family. She was the only person on the entire family tree born on Australian soil. Yeah, so she was an Aussie the whole time. Anyway, she eventually migrated back to Australia and claimed some land, took a city and whatnot. And at one point she had a fight and kicked my mum out and banned her from coming back to the city even. But yeah, no, so here's why she's a nut, right? So she's got a boyfriend, right? Maybe a husband at this point, I'm not sure where they're at. But they've been together for a decade at least, maybe, much longer. She made him be a vegan. Which, I mean, that's fine. I mean, it's his choice, kind of, if she wants to sort of impose that's cool. I mean, obviously, I'm saying it from my perspective. She's probably going to watch this and try and argue. But anyway, this part is harder for her to argue. Because she made her dogs be vegan. No, seriously, there was an article at one point in the Perth Times, like, local nurse successfully converts vegan dogs. And a little article about how they're on, like, a healthy diet of beans and lentils. But I'm like, she hasn't converted vegan dogs. She's forced vegan dogs. I'm going to show up at her house with a bowl of lentils and a bowl of meat and just put them both down and then we'll see who's got vegan dogs.
Yeah.
No, I'm not on good terms with my sister. I'd send her messages and things like, if you die in your house, your dog's going to eat you. I'm sorry, I'm a dark person sometimes, but I mean, don't piss me off. Yeah, another prompt. You wanted to hear the story of my name?
Yeah.
Right, so the reason why... So I'm obviously being called Casey now, and obviously before that was Max. But that was because my full name was always Max Casey Kendall Sharp, with Kendall being the family name on Mum's side and Sharp being the family name on the dad's side. And the reason for Casey in the middle name was that when Mum was pregnant with me when I was a child... she was, they had scans and stuff, and they were expecting me to be born a girl. But supposedly regardless of whether or not I was going to be born a boy or a girl, they were going to name me Casey. Regardless, they keep saying. But they were expecting a girl, or at least Mum was. And then I was like a month delayed, or like 2 months delayed, or something ridiculous.
Wow.
And when I was born... I was like the biggest baby born in the Middlemore Hospital in like 23 years or something at that point, broke a streak.
Yeah.
And next to me that night was like the Maori baby and the Samoan baby, and I was bigger than both of them combined. And apparently, Mum made some new friends that night with like, the other woman that had given birth that day, and it was this whole weird thing. But while Mum was all out on the cooked out drugs from the, the anaesthesias or whatever they give you for birth, Dad come in and gets to name the baby. And because I'm like this huge baby, he walks in and they're like, oh, what are you going to name it? And he's like, I should name the baby Casey Kendall Sharp. Nah, we're going to name him Max. Got a feeling. Oh, yeah, so I was named after a pun. Good times. But yeah, no, the trend of being late to things in my life is persisted. I was always a late bloomer and all sorts, you know. I didn't learn to ride a bike until, what, like 14, 15? And that was on accident. I mean, I didn't learn to drive a car until I was, what, like 19? I didn't get out of the push chair until I was like 6. Man, I was lazy, getting chauffeured around. It was great. But I mean, you know, you don't have to move around much in today's society. I mostly just sat around and watched Thomas the Tank Engine. It was a good time.
Good times.
Yeah, fun childhood. Lots of Mountain Dew. 2-minute noodles. What was that pop? I heard a pop.
There's a problem with the power in this house, so every so often when like the dryer changes direction, it surges and makes my speakers pop.
Your speakers pop.
And
Is that what killed the fan? And the audio?
probably. Yeah, I should really get a proper
Surge protector?
No, like a proper uninterruptible power supply, like a proper battery.
Oh, like a generator.
Kind of, but it's a battery rather than petrol.
Like a battery?
Yeah.
See, I'm smart.
Yeah, to sort out the power wave so it's not all spiky and all over the place, so it's just smooth power. But that costs money.
How much money does that cost?
Decent ones, thousands.
Thousands? How many thousands?
Depending on the size and how many you want to plug into it.
All of the power.
Then you're looking at the basically a power station.
You guys, this guy, he is a madman. I got a new boat. Hey, you didn't get them all after all, by the way.
There you go.
He's a madman. I broke the first 2 rows of the chocolate, so that's what? That's 8 pieces. I broke the top row, which is 4, and I broke the next row, which is another 4, and I broke them all the way through. But then I went off on my smoker. I come back. He's like, hey, by the way, I played with your chocolate. I broke them all for you. And I'm like, why would you do that? I don't know if you noticed, but when I go to the shop, I make sure to find one that hasn't been broken at all. And that way I can break it myself, and I feel really special. And look at the madman. Now I have no idea how much chocolate I'm going to be eating. See, the thing with mine, if I ate all the loose pieces, I know that I'd have 8. Now I know I'd have a whole bloody bar.
I just put some away.
No, what? It comes in like a refoldable package. You can reseal it. It's fancy.
Yeah.
Chocolate's the fanciest that it's ever been in all of human history. We got fancy chocolates these days. Not this one specifically, but we got fancy. We're in fancy times, people. We just need to go and embrace.
I don't know.
Eating a chocolate. Quick, tell the audience stuff.
Stuff.
That was some good stuff.
That was good stuff. Like I said, I'm not good at talking. Especially to nobody.
What do you mean to nobody? They were right there in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Right there. What is it with humans and like persistent timelines?
Well, we are logarithmic creatures.
Speak for yourself. Bam. I don't know what you mean. What is a logarithmic creature?
When you think about it, we think everything in doubles. So 4 is double the size of 2. But the difference between 2 and 4 and the difference between 4 and 6, the difference between 4 and 6 seems smaller than the difference between 2 and 4, yet they're the exact same. It's the way we think. The same with sound. We perceive sound. For it to be double the volume, it has to be 4 times as loud. That's why we have the decibel system. So 1 decibel, or 3 decibels, I believe, is double the volume each time. It's just the way that humans perceive things.
Humans are dumb.
Yep.
That's what I get out of that. So, what's the stupidest thing about a human? Is it optical illusions? Cross your eyes and see the secret message. It's pretty stupid. You know? Actually, can you do that? Can you do the eye crossing?
No.
Oh, really? You can't cross your eyes?
No, but especially on this side here, which is all mud. All
That's right, I apologise. You got the munted eye.
eyes.
You want to tell my audience about your munted eyes? Well, you do. I'm just going to sit here and make funny little eye faces.
Alright, so I have a condition called keratosis. So basically, the top layer of my eyeballs are loose and gel-like when they shouldn't be. I've had an operation done on my right eye where they've strengthened it. But my left eye is still all loose, so I'm basically looking through a very water bag of lens. So I've got everything in here is just all blurry on one side, and I've got no depth perception anymore, and stuff like that.
So does that affect your ability to view content in 3D?
Yeah.
So, but you are the one with the Vive. How does that work?
Well, the 5 is different because it separates the left and the right channels.
He's a smart man.
That, and yeah, if I close my right eye in the 5, it looks like blurry and it's balls. And I use my left eye, which the Vive does pretty tricks like your human eye does. It uses general lines and curvatures of space to be able to perceive depth in one eye. It's not the best, but humans can do it.
Right, of course. I think our audience is learning a lot about how smart you are.
Try putting a key in your lock on the door with one eye closed. Or putting a lid on a pen with one eye closed.
Yeah, no, it's really difficult to do because of the lack of depth perception.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, I'm with you up to that part. Beyond that, you lost me on the big words.
Alright, what's next?
Do you want to explain what you were having for dinner before? I thought that was quite interesting. I'm mostly bringing it up because I can see the open container sitting on the floor with the grubby spoon sticking out.
Those who enjoy Nutella really nicely.
Can I tell them what you had?
Sure. Nutella stuffed roll.
Right, so what we had for dinner was he brought down some like long bits of bread, and I had some like cooked chicken, some lettuce, bit of carrot, some cheese, but I didn't actually like make it to a sandwich because we're busy, we're doing stuff, we've got to film things, so I just kind of like broke the bread and just ate it all like in individual bits, like a little bit of chicken, a little bit of cheese, break off some more bread. But this guy gets his bread, tunnels out the centre of the bit of bread, eats the nice white part from the middle, gets his Nutella, fills it up. So a Nutella hot dog. Oh, I was impressed. You have some impressive ones. What was that other one you were talking about the other night? We were fantasizing about some sort of elaborate food. What was it?
The other night on the car we were talking about.
I don't know. Just tell me the most elaborate food we've fantasized about. Oh.
Okay.
Right, so continuing, where were we at?
Food. I completely forgot. It was something to do with food and then putting it together and then deep frying it. Something like that.
Sounds amazing.
What was the original idea?
This is a sandwich.
Toast.
Tubby toast.
Tubby toast.
Yeah, that was it. We're going to make some tubby toast. He says he's got some sort of tubby toast maker. And a tubby toast cutter. And so we're going to cut us up some tubby toast. And then you're going to do what to it?
Get 2 pieces, put Nutella in the middle, close them up, seal it, and then you want to deep fry it.
I want to deep fry it. Tubby toast. Oh, you're a naughty noo-noo. That's from the Teletubbies. Look it up. Again. Right, that's how many times I should watch our video. Again.
So
and subscribe.
Subscribe?
Yeah.
3 times.
Subscribe 3 times. Make 3 accounts and subscribe to me. And probably Game Ghost 20,000 as well. He's cool. Go ahead.
What? Oh.
What? I'm saying I'm my audience. Go and talk to this guy as well.
Yeah, Game Ghost. GAEM Ghost GHOST 2 with 4 zeros. 20,000.
And unless he's going to edit the graphic on the screen, you'll find his name written in the description at the bottom for copy and paste reasons.
Yay!
Yay, my audience is going to stalk you.
Oh, I don't mind.
Well, I mean, wasn't the whole point of having an audience to have people stalk me? I love you guys. Except for, like, family. It's kind of creepy. Could you still watching my videos? If I wanted you to know how I am, I would call you.
Well, this discussion in the car about the bed.
The discussion about the bed?
Yeah, you bed and the laser boy. Your massage chair to your mum.
Oh, yeah, yes. I called my mum about getting my old bed, which is a queen-size bed, and bringing it here for me to bed in. Yeah, regardless, for me to have a bed. And then my mum wants to also flog off my massage chair quick smart and have me get my old massage chair out of my folks' place and move it in here. But the problem is it's huge and it's heavy and I'm not going to lift it. I ain't risking breaking a nail to move no heavy chair. I just want the bed. I mean, I don't even really want the bed. I'm comfortable enough with the current arrangement, but, you need to have a bed, which is fair enough. But, yeah, it was pretty funny when we first called my mum to try and find out what size the bed was. We call her up, what was it, like 3 in the afternoon?
Yep.
She's like, I'm at the Cosy Club, I'm playing poker. I'm like, oh, cool. Can I get my bed? I love my parents, but, no, it's good that my mum's getting out and about, playing some poker and what have you.
Yeah.
Making some friends or enemies, I don't know.
What do you do at poker?
What's that?
Whatever you do at poker.
Yeah, your pokemies. Isn't that what you call them? Your putties, your poker buddies.
I don't know. I don't play poker.
You don't play poker? Do you know how to play poker?
I know how to play Texas Hold'em.
That's the best one. Give me a fist bump. Bam! Poker for the win. Now we should do a Let's Play Poker sometime. And let's call it Let's Poker.
Let's poker.
That didn't come up right.
With the right comment in the right places.
With the right with the right thumbnail of a woman.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. That seems appropriate. Welcome to YouTube.
Oh, that's also another game. YouTube Live.
YouTube Life.
Yeah.
Go on.
It's a cheapy simulation, kind of like The Sims, but your character is a YouTuber and you make videos and play games.
No, we're not playing a game where we're YouTubers playing a video where we make videos and play games because we're already...
Meta?
Yeah, how many paradoxes do you want to put into one video?
Paradoxes at the meta-ness.
We're going to end up accidentally creating paradoxes if we go into that game.
I'll solve them.
No, because we're going to be filming us
Yeah.
as YouTubers playing a game.
About
And then,
YouTubers.
and then the game is going to be about a person who's a YouTuber,
Yeah.
and I'm going to make him play games.
Yep.
And then he's going to have an audience that's watching him play games
Yep.
as a YouTuber on us playing him as people watch us and play us.
Yep.
And somebody somewhere makes a video of them commenting on us and our video,
Yep.
and it just goes up an infinite loop.
It's not a loop.
It will be a loop because it'll eventually end up being in the game.
Still won't be a loop.
It will be because the guy in the game will be playing in a game where he's us.
Oh, we're us. They get the game's the game. So,
He
Boom.
missed the step there. He missed the step in the loop. Trust me, eventually somebody somewhere in the future watches this video and understands what I said and their brain explodes.
so you just admitted to murder.
It's not murder,
Well,
it's
you killed a guy. His brain exploded.
it's manslaughter at the very worst, and this is in
Okay.
the future. Brains could work different then, you know.
I don't know.
Besides, I mean, if I'm held responsible for every person whose brain exploded when they heard me talking, I would have already been locked away. I'm pretty sure I've done that before. You don't just occasionally see somebody's like brain explode, like
No.
maybe I'm just surrounded by snipers. They just miss or something. You know? Oh shit! I shouldn't have told him that.
I don't know.
I've had a fun time. I've had an interesting life. You know, I found out a few months back that not everybody just randomly gets punched in the face.
Yep.
Yeah, I swear to God, I would get randomly punched in the face like every third or fourth year at some point for some reason. I remember one time I was in school walking along talking to a girl, and the previous week I'd been entangled with another girl in another like drama, but I was out of that now. It'd been like a week, you know. I was avoiding that girl, problem solved. I'm walking along there talking to this regular girl, and out of the crowd just some little short girl come up and just punch me straight in the face and screams, "You stay away from Crystal!" And I'm like, I am. You tell her to stay. You're sending people to attack me. You tell her to fuck off. What is this? No, but then another time got punched in the face and they were mugging me for my watch. And yeah, a whole bunch of different times just get punched in the face.
I've only been punched in the face once. And that was the only time I had my nosebleed as well.
Tell.
Well, there's not much of a story. I was in the middle of class. Yeah, 8 must have been halfway through year 8 or something like that. I was annoying this kid, you know, just being me. And I don't know, he just reaches across 2 desks and knocks me right on the tip of my face. I was about to smack him back, make him fall over his chair, but then I noticed my nose was bleeding, so I just stood up and walked out to get my nose fixed. I walk out a lot of classes at that school.
Sounds like you had good reason to.
Yeah. How, about halfway through year 6, which would have been 2006, I was allowed to walk out of classes when I got angry. Within 3 weeks, I walked out of the class 7 times.
Oh.
And the teacher banned me from walking out of class, and then within that week, I got nearly suspended.
Oh.
For other people making me angry.
I'm glad you've dealt with a lot of this anger.
Yeah, I stopped becoming angry after year 10, basically. Ever since year 2010, I've been very mellow.
Is that because people at that point were you're old enough to gain that like adult respect and people didn't fuck with you?
Probably.
Okay. Because yeah, I feel like a lot of young people become aggressive and frustrated because they're sort of, you know, talked down to and belittled and such, you know. The whole school system thing seems flawed in many cases. You know, not everybody is the same, so to treat everybody the same is kind of ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
what are they playing at?
I don't know.
But I mean, I hate to admit though, that for like 80% of the population, it does seem to make sense, does kind of work. But for the remaining portion, you know, you gotta fucking take that shit on a case-by-case basis.
Mm.
Have I ever told you about either of the fights that I was actually in? Like the one with the guy in the alleyway? Or
Yeah, you told me that, but you want to tell the audience?
Yeah, I don't think the audience has heard it, but maybe I'll save it for a time that I have a co-star that hasn't heard it.
Okay.
Unless you really enjoyed that story, in which case, yeah, I could tell it again.
Alright, I like that one.
You like that one, alright.
Just at the end of the...
Yeah, I'll tell them. They're going to hear it. And then you can... Right, so I was at a intermediate school, and there was a guy in the class named Chris. Now, Chris wasn't, you know, particularly noteworthy for much, but there was a particular day in class, the teacher asked a question that to me seemed like a really basic and simple question. I don't remember what it was, but Chris immediately goes, oh, and the teacher chooses him. I don't remember what he said either, but it was like the stupidest answer you could possibly give to that question. And I started openly laughing at him. He thought that was the answer. And he takes offense, because, you know, obviously I was being a little arrogant bitch. So he says to me, he says, I'm going to fight you. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, no, I'm serious. You and me, like after school, we're going to have a fight. And I'm like, yeah, sure, Chris, whatever. But then as the day sort of goes on a little bit, I realize, like, he's actually serious. Like, I should probably talk my way out of this one or something. Because I was stupid and young, the first plot that I came up with was really basic and totally didn't work. But I go up to him and I'm like, hey, Chris, like, I'm totally keen to fight you after school and all that, but just gonna let you know, like, you see these bumps, like, on me? Like, I've just had chicken pox. I'm still kind of contagious. If you punch me, you're probably gonna get the chicken pox. And he's like, I don't give two fucks. You're a smart-ass motherfucker. I'm gonna put you in your place. You need to shut up. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, totally, you're gonna fight you, walk away or something. And I think to myself, like, because I was a good kid at that time, I had lots of, you know, good favour built up with the teacher. So I go to the teacher and I say something along the lines of like, hey, I just remembered I've got a dentist appointment after school, but it's at like 3, and like I might have to leave early to, you know, make it there on time. And the teacher's, oh yeah, that's fine, just leave when you have to. And I was like, sweet. So maybe half an hour before the school bell rings, I'm walking out of school and I'm so bloody stoked with myself. You know, that's smart, that stupid guy, Chris. And, but I'm thinking to myself as I'm leaving, I've lost the story, but so I'm leaving the school and I'm thinking to myself how smart I was to, you know, get out of there. I feel like I've missed a step.
Saying about walking in the cool.
Right, yeah, no. It's the explanation to the exit of the school.
Yep.
So as I walk out of the school, there's 2 exits to the school. There's the main big entrance that faces out to the road, and there's a small back exit that goes straight through one little alleyway out to like some back end streets and suburbs and such. And on the other end of that alleyway is where my mum would be parked waiting to pick me up from school.
Yep.
So all I got to do is walk through that alleyway. I'm walking out of school so chuffed with myself. There he is, Chris, in the middle of the alleyway. He ditched last period to wait for me because he knew I'd try and sneak out. So he's blocking my path and he's saying, like, come on, we're going to fight. And I'm like, Chris, I'm not going to fight you. And he's like, nah, yeah, you know, come on, you and me, you know, you need to be put in your place, etc. And I'm like, dude, please, just move out of the way. I'm not going to fight you. And he's like, oh, you better put your fists up, we're going to fight. And I've still got my hands like at my side. I'm like, I'm not going to raise my fists. I'm not going to fight you, Chris. And he's like, oh, well, you know what? I'm going to fight you. And he comes running at me and he swings this really wide punch. Like, instead of just a little bop straight forward, he goes for, like, the really wide, like, movie punch. And so as his punches, like, flying by, I just kind of, like, lean back. And his punch flies right past my head. And he, like, flies, he kind of, like, does, like, a little spin. There's a thump, he lands, he falls on the floor. And in that moment, he starts, like, screaming and stuff. And I turn around and look down, he's rolling around on the floor in a pool of blood, and he had punched the fence on the side of the alleyway. A big splinter of wood had gone through the palm of his hand. And so he's just got like blood pissing everywhere, he's like crying and boogering and just pool of blood. And at that moment, like, I hear the school bell ring, and all the kids appear in the back of the alleyway, and they're all like, oh, look at what Max did to Chris! And I'm just standing over him, looking down, and done like horror, and he's in this pool of blood, and I just put my hands in the air, and like walk out of there, like get to my mum's car, like, go, 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 go! She's like, what's going on? I'm like, SpongeBob's on, we have to hurry, go! Get us the fuck out of here. Gotta go home, man, SpongeBob's on. Ain't gonna be late for that. He might finally get his driver's license this episode.
Oh my god.
Hey, SpongeBob's great. You don't need a license to drive a sandwich.
No, that's true.
It's the best quote of the movie. Got the Krabby Patty machine.
Yeah.
SpongeBob, you don't have your license. You don't need a license to drive a sandwich.
No, you don't.
You are the tech guy, and you were talking about previously putting speakers and stuff in the car.
Yeah.
If we had enough budget, could you make a sandwich vehicle?
Not by myself, it would require fabrication, but yeah.
But it's got to be an actual sandwich. But it's also a vehicle, so that I would not need a license to drive it.
No, I think...
Do you think they could pull me over for driving a giant sandwich?
Yes.
Damn it! Why are the laws so against me?
I don't know, to save other people from you.
What's wrong with the sandwich vehicle? SpongeBob did it.
Yeah, but SpongeBob lives in a 2D world underwater with a lake.
Recent SpongeBob movie was in 3D, thank you very much.
Is that canon?
That is canon. That is canon, the 3D SpongeBob movie. By Nickelodeon. How it doesn't get more canon than that. Oh well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, well.
I think that's a good episode of HeadCasey anyway. We got some good stories, we had some banter, it was better than yesterday. Somehow. And your hair looks good today. Show it off a bit better, because yesterday your blonde was mostly covering the top, and now today it's actually...
Is it actually done?
Yeah, it's spread out a bit now you've got a bit of reds in there, and some of the sort of purples and blues. See, the idea was he was supposed to get a rainbow haircut. This was supposed to be rainbow, but I'm not sure they've quite rainbowed it enough.
Nah, needs a bit more, but whatever.
Alright, it's fine.
That's the first time I got it coloured.
Yeah. Oh, it's too bad we have to edit this. I really want it to just go up now. I'm really annoyed by this.
We'll just throw it on YouTube as a private and I'll edit it for you.
Yeah, you're the best. Alright.
You should edit this, so it'll be 24 hours late.
It's going to be 24 hours late.
I don't know how YouTube editor works.
Oh, man. Alright, well, we're going to edit this video, and then we're going to upload it, and then everything should be fine.
So
Sorry.
what's the date today? So we can timestamp it?
You want it timestamped? You've got the phone. What date is it today?
Have a guess.
It's what, like, it's the end of the 8th.
Yeah.
So what, maybe the 29th?
28th. Oh, 29th. No, 28th.
It's the 28th!
Which is what day of the week?
Sunday!
Correct! Yeah,
I know what day it is.
Not last time.
Shh. Fine, I never know what day it is. I work odd hours and days and it doesn't matter. Time's an illusion. This is on the internet. Why are we obsessing with time and dates anyway? I mean...
You normally do it every episode.
What's that?
You do it every episode.
I start off the episode with the time and date.
Yep.
I don't end the video with the time and
Yeah,
date.
you do.
Do I?
Yeah. Oh well.
It's also the description. It's also like the title of the video. It's like HeadCasey and then the date.
I don't watch your videos.
That's why you don't know about the audio issues. Alright, bye!